What is going on, everyone? Platinum Beast coming at you with yet another video. Today we are doing episode 40 of the Platinum Beast Answer series. I look forward to getting into the comments that you all left for me down below on last week's video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, so I got some great comments on last week's video. However, I did not get as many as usual. So if you are seeing this video, be sure to leave your comment down below for me to read out on next week's video, and I will be sure to respond to them effectively. You can leave a comment, you can leave a question, you can leave whatever you'd like to leave, and I will respond to it on a video that will release 1 week after this video on Sunday afternoon. So with all that being said, let's dive right on into these comments. So, up first, we have Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack says, what do you do for a daytime job out of curiosity, related to metals at all? Unfortunately, it is not. Maybe one day I might get into that sort of business and model and aspect of things. That is actually kind of a goal of mine, is to one day actually end up doing that. However, at the current time, I work in what is known as land development. So my land development company, what we do is we find pieces of property to develop into mixed-use developments. Those can range from farms to housing to retail, all different kinds of aspects and avenues really to go down. And basically what happens is my company owns these different pieces of property and continues to make money from them over time. But once the project is fully complete, it doesn't really require a lot of effort from my company. We just continue to own and lease out the land, if that makes sense. So basically, we go around looking for pieces of land to purchase, and then we have someone else come in and develop on them or manage them, so to speak, if it were in the case of like a farm or something. So that's what I do. I enjoy it. I travel a lot. I'd like to one day, you know, probably open up my own store of some kind and kind of just settle down a little bit so I don't have to travel as much, but it is what it is and I enjoy it while I'm doing it. So, but yeah, that's what I do right now, and that's what I will be doing for the foreseeable future at least. But great question, Mr. Jack. I really appreciate it, and I always appreciate seeing comments from you, my friend. Up next, we have Mr. Marvelous Metals. Says, have you picked up more palladium when prices were lower? We might be calling you the Palladium Beast. I like your name now, as it can refer to all the platinum group metals, i.e. platinum, palladium, and even rhodium. Take care. Thank you, Marvelous Metals. I have not picked up any palladium, but I have been eyeing it very closely, and I have been very strongly considering picking up palladium. I do want to increase my palladium holdings. It's just a matter of, you know, taking that leap, right? Because it's really hard to justify when I first bought palladium to the price now. You know, it's kind of, it does require a little bit of risk, a little bit more risk than what I'm used to with stacking the precious metals. I bought platinum, very undervalued. I bought gold and silver undervalued, but palladium, I only got one piece while it was undervalued, and its value just continues to go up. Now that's good, but will it go up forever? I'm not sure, and that is where my sort of risk analysis comes into play. But I probably will end up getting some more palladium probably soon, so be sure to stay on the lookout on my channel for that, because I definitely do want to increase my holdings regardless of where the price goes. But more and more every day, I'm starting to believe that palladium will just continue going up in price and value. So that is definitely something I'm looking at very closely as far as increasing my overall holdings to come. So thank you for your comment, Marvelous Metals. I really appreciate it. You always leave great comments on my channel, and I always look forward to reading them. So thank you, my friend. Up next, we have Mr. Aloha Stacker. Aloha Stacker is an awesome dude. He has an awesome channel. Go check it out if you have not. Aloha Stacker says, excellent Q&A session this week, and thank you for all the kind words. I'm so happy to be back. Do you think the bottom has hit platinum, or is there still room to drop closer to the 1K level? You know, that's a tough one to make a call on. I bought some platinum on Friday and it went down before close, so I instantly lost $5. So to speak. I mean, obviously I'm a long haul stacker, but the thing about it is, you know, it could go down, but I get the feeling that we might see it go up, right? Now, what could happen is it could go up at the open Sunday and then continuously drop throughout the week, but then slowly go up towards the end of the week. I'm really unsure, right? It's really kind of a gamble at this point. I definitely think it's very well priced right now. If it were to go down, I don't think if you bought it right now, it would be that big of a hit. And I do think it will go back up to its previous levels. It's just a matter of time and waiting for it to do so. But we could get closer to the 1K level. I don't really see it going below the 1K level, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and with precious metals, you never really know. So it's definitely something to consider. And it's definitely something to think about as far as your individual finances. I know you're pretty financially savvy, so it probably wouldn't hurt you to buy some and it go down. But if you're waiting for it to go lower, could it? Yes. Will it? I'm really unsure, my friend. I mean, I really can't give a definite yes or no one way or another. But that's just my take on it, and who knows what the future holds, because it could be anything. But thank you, Aloha Stacker. I really appreciate your comment, my friend, and I always look forward to seeing your comments. Up next, we have Mr. KS Coins. Mr. KS Coin. Always got to show the KS Coins when KS Coin drops a comment. But KS Coin says, great stuff here, Beast. Keep on doing your thing. I appreciate you and your time. All you're doing for the stacking community. It's a great day to buy platinum. Yes, indeed, it is a great day to buy more platinum if you can, because it is priced very, very nicely, in my opinion, at the current time. Definitely a great time to buy. So if anybody is watching this and was considering it, definitely pick some up. And thank you, KS Coins. I really appreciate your comment, my friend, and I always look forward to seeing comments from you. Up next, we have Mr. Jack once again, says, enjoy these videos every Sunday evening. Do you have a target price for silver and gold when you think they're a good buy? I've heard you say $1,500 an ounce for platinum before. Just curious if you have similar thing for other metals. You know, obviously I'm the platinum beast, so I focus on it the most. Gold and silver, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. For gold, I just see it as buy no matter what the price is, because gold is going to be my longest term hold, right? If I were ever in an emergency situation, silver would go first. Then fractional platinum would go first, or next. Then probably whole ounce platinum would go next. I know that's difficult to hear being the platinum beast, but I just see it as more speculative, whereas gold is more solid and well-rounded, right? So gold is the longest long-term stack. It is the I'm out of things to sell, so I'm now selling gold stack, right? So gold for me is just continuously accumulate over time. Silver and platinum, a little bit more speculative, so if the opportunity presented itself, it might be time to sell. Now with platinum, it would be very hard for me to sell. With silver, it'd be a lot easier for me to sell. So with platinum, the reason I do the $1,500 an ounce with premium is because I just see that as a point in time where I will slow my purchasing overall. So if platinum hits $1,500 an ounce, will I still pick it up? Yes. Will it be less frequent? Very much so. And so that's just a number that I'm comfortable with kind of sitting at and seeing and watching it go. With gold, I don't really have a number in mind, right? It's just buy, 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 no matter where the price is, and don't care about the price because I'm probably never going to sell the gold, right? As long as nothing drastic happens. But with silver, you know, I've had a hard time with silver because of the premiums that have been attached to it as of late. You know, I mean, definitely if it hit 50 bucks an ounce, it would just be not something that I pick up. Realistically, at the current time, I'm really just picking up silver little pieces here and there, like a Star Wars coin or something. something like this, right? If they release a new Star Wars coin, which they have, I'll pick up, you know, that one piece, right, just to add to the stack. But I'm not picking up silver like I used to, and a lot of that has to do with my uncomfortability with where premiums are, where the price is, and everything revolving around it. So as far as silver, I'm kind of tapped out on silver, right? I'm not really picking up a lot of it. As far as gold, I just pick it up as much as I really want and can, and don't really care about the price, right? I try to buy as low premium as possible, of course. But as far as a top dollar number, it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, obviously, if it just shot up to 5 times its value, I wouldn't buy it. But I see it slowly going up, and I just buy it as it's going up and don't really worry too much about the price. That's just me, though. But platinum, definite number of 1,500. And that's because I mainly focus on platinum, right? Silver and gold are more just an afterthought for me. Gold is definitely more so on my mind these days. But silver is really just kind of an afterthought. I just kind of pick up what I like and don't really worry about too much of it, right? But great question nonetheless, Jack. I really appreciate your comment, my friend. Up next, we have Mr. Cash and Coins. Says, did you see that Gainesville Coins has the Platinum Maple on sale? You most likely know. Thanks and take care. I did not see that, actually. That is one of the dealers that I get that I overlook quite often. I kind of forget that they exist. So I definitely need to go check that out, right? I don't know if they're still having the sale, but I'll have to go take a look at that. Thank you for letting me know, Cash and Coins. And if anybody sees this video, be sure you also check out Gainesville Coins sale. I'm unsure of what exactly the deal is with their Platinum Maples, but it sounds like it's a pretty decent deal, so I might have to go over there and take a look. But thank you, Cash and Coins. I really appreciate it. Cash and Coins has an awesome channel as well. Definitely go check it out if you have not. Up next, we have Mr. Bronx 718, New York City. Thumbs up. Keep up the great work. Enjoy the videos. Thank you, Bronx. I really appreciate it, my friend. You always post kind comments and kind words, my good friend, and I always appreciate that, right? You know, even though it may seem like a small kind of gesture to just kind of give a thumbs up or say great job or nice video or I enjoyed it, you know, it really means a lot to me because it means I'm putting out content that you all enjoy and I'm not just kind of wasting my time here. I've never really felt like I'm wasting my time. However, you know, seeing those comments, it only helps in the long haul. So thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. I look forward to seeing more comments from you. And last but not least, we have Mr. Jack once again says, just got to give you props because something you said a few weeks ago is still sticking with me. As it relates to politics or religion or whatever else, you said something like, I'd rather tell someone why I believe what I believe than tell them what they should believe. We need much more of that in this country, don't you agree? All these angry people on social media arguing with each other are doing exactly the opposite of what you're saying. Wouldn't that actually unite America if people all took your approach? Probably sounds cheesy, but I don't know. I really think you hit the nail on the head. No, I totally agree, my friend. And, you know, I've kind of come to that conclusion over time, right? I grew up, you know, a very hard-headed individual, very much so a defensive individual, wanting to get everyone to believe what I believe. But I realized over time, and as I've gotten older, nobody's mind is really going to be changed by you telling them what they need to believe, right? Nobody's mind is going to be changed. The majority of individuals in this world have what they believe in, and they believe very strongly in those beliefs, right? No matter what their beliefs are, religion, politics, whatever, they are usually typically very strong in their beliefs. So an atheist, right? Trying to get an atheist to believe in Christianity. If I go to an atheist and I say, hey, you need to repent of your sins because God is going to send you to hell because you're an atheist, they don't want to hear that, right? Nobody really wants to hear that, but they definitely don't want to hear that because they know or they believe that you are wrong, right? And you telling them they're wrong isn't going to get them to believe that you are right. So the better approach, like you kind of realized in what I said, was if I were to talk to an atheist or something, because I'm a Christian, I would explain to them why I believe and why I have faith and why everything I believe, I would explain. And I would allow them to ask questions, and I would try to answer them to the best of my abilities. But another important thing to keep in mind is to know that no matter who you are, you don't know everything, right? So if there's ever a question that comes up, it's okay to say, I don't know, but I'll do some research and, get back to you, right? Because no matter what you believe, chances are someone somewhere is going to be able to pose a question towards you that you may not be able to answer, at least not immediately. And so by admitting that you are not perfect, you open the door to people who are more willing to listen to you, right? Because if you just explain what you believe and why you believe it, and you also are humble and honest enough to admit that you don't know everything, I feel like that's such a rare quality in this world that people will be dumbfounded when they see that, right? If someone asks me why I believe in my political views, I'll explain to them why I do. And then if they say, what about this? And I'm like, I never really thought about that. But I tell you what, I'll do some research and I'll do some thinking, some real hard thinking, and I'll get back to you with my response. People will say, wow, this person's not just pulling stuff out of their rear end. They really are passionate about what they believe in. And I kind of want to know more about why they are so passionate, right? While at the same time, they're not defensive, argumentative. I don't mean to preach my faith beliefs on anyone, but the Bible speaks a lot about this stuff, and I think that's where you can really learn a lot about this stuff, is those that are slow to anger and quick to listening. All great things. If you read the book of Proverbs, you'll find that there are a lot of great advice that people can take, and you don't even have to be a Christian to take that advice, right? You can read the book of Proverbs and not be a Christian, and you'll learn so much about how to effectively live life and be the most effective, right? It's very, very interesting stuff. The Bible has a lot of good stuff in it that even non-believers can learn from, and so that would be my best advice. But that also goes back to your comment, wouldn't America be a lot better off if people took that approach? You are correct, and America probably would be a lot better off if more individuals spent time reading the Bible. So few individuals do that. It's less and less every day, and they're really missing out on a lot of knowledge that they could learn from that would actually help benefit them in life. Even if they didn't become a Christian. Obviously, I'm a Christian, and I want people to become a Christian and accept Christ, but if they just simply read the Bible and learned from it, I think the world would be a different place just based on that alone, right? But I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts, and you are correct. America would be a different place, and I do kind of wish people kind of took this approach, which is, I believe what I believe. I'll explain to you why I believe it. At the end of the day, you can choose to believe it, or you can choose to not believe it, and that's okay. We can still be friends, right? The world can be friends with people who have different beliefs. That is such an uncommon realization in today's world, but it's true. You can be friends with someone who believes something completely different from you, right? It's getting more and more so where you have to pick a side and you have to only be friends with those that think the same way as you. But what kind of world is that, right? What kind of world would that be if we all agreed on the same thing? It's definitely, it'd probably be a very boring world. And I don't mean that because it's fun to watch people argue on TV. But, I mean, it just wouldn't be fun, right? If we all believed in the same thing and we all agreed on the same thing, there'd be no room for anything else, and there'd be really no point, right? I mean, that's what makes this world a very interesting place, is the differences each individual has, and no two individuals are really exactly alike. The parents that raised me, I'm not exactly like them, I'm not exactly like every individual at my church. I'm not exactly like every individual in my friend group. We have differences. We think differently. We have different ideas and opinions about different things, and we discuss those things. But I gave up long ago on trying to argue with people and trying to force people or get people to change their minds about things by explaining to them why they are wrong. Because when it really gets down to it, explaining to someone why they are wrong when they believe they are right is never going to work. So the only solution is to explain why you think you are right and let them come to their own conclusions. At the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do because each individual is unique and special and has their own beliefs and life and everything. At the end of the day, the only person that has the ability to actually change their mind, I believe, is God and God himself. That's why Christians pray, right? At some point, all we have is prayer because somebody's heart or mind is so hardened to whatever their life they're living in that nothing's going to change them except God himself. So that's why Christians kind of believe in prayer so much. And, you know, I think a lot of that explaining why I believe what I believe stems from my Christian faith. I know not all my viewers are of Christian faith, and that's okay. But since you asked the question, it does revolve a lot around my faith, right? And, you know, what I believe. But that's just me, Jack, and that's a great observation you made, my friend. I do wish more people took that approach in life. It'd probably be a better world indeed. But thank you, Mr. Jack. I really appreciate your comment, my friend, and I always appreciate the comments you post. You always post some great questions, some great comments. I mean, you are a very phenomenal contributor to my channel, and I always appreciate seeing your comments. But that wraps up episode 40 of the Platinum Beast Answer series, guys. Be sure to leave your comment in the comment section down below so that I can answer it in next week's video. And as a extra bonus kind of thing, I am going to be changing up these answer series a little bit, just a very small amount, right? We're no longer going to make it a numbered series, and that stems from the fact that I believe I missed a couple of numbers along the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to date these videos, right? So whatever next Sunday is, that date will be attached to that video. So be sure to just kind of, if you're looking for the video in response to a question that you posted, look at the date like a week after you posted the comment, and you should be able to find the video that is attached to that date. But with all that being said, guys, I appreciate everyone for stopping by, and I appreciate everyone for commenting. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out. Be sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date with future updates on my channel. Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below for me to respond to on a video that I will be releasing next week. And with all that being said, guys, until next time, we will see you.